1. It's recording.
Previously on Elements Asunder, shit hit the fan, and then the party realized that there was a bigger fan with a lot more shine in it. As the party proceeded to at least attempt to arrest and lock down the entirety of Duke Conbrook's house party, they noticed an odd transformation occurring in the mansion, followed by numerous roars from down below. Through some investigation, two of the party members found that there were chimeras in the Feywild here in the basement. Led to a difficult confrontation that nearly killed a few of the party members. Many of the nobles that were attempting to flee, and a majority of the guards as well. During this, JJ went through a strange transformation as he was nearly killed, becoming possessed by something monstrous and beginning to essentially turn the tables on the Chimera single-handedly, as the other one was pinned down by Forte, who, badly injured, attempted to leave the area. Galthuk, realizing that this wouldn't end so easily, heard something within his head and knew what he had to do, disappearing in the mansion just as the Chimera came out, striking into Forte, knocking him down, and striking again. Nia, Leva, and Vesrin now stand around, attempting to heal him, watching as what appears to be green poison spreads throughout his body, blood pouring from his wounds. Forte, you have the floor.
Might have bit off a bit more than I can chew, pal. Listen, I only see Nia, right?
I would say Leva and Vesrin would be decently nearby.
What's the state Forte's in right? Sorry, again.
He's dying.
He's dying.
Oh, well, I'm immediately going to rush up to him. First aid. Medical.
I'm performing chest compressions.
I
Save it.
have.
As Nia is pushing chest compressions into him, every push spurts out more blood.
I'm doing my best.
You can save the trouble, pal. I
In the
don't think I'm
background, you
gonna make this.
see-
In my professional medical opinion, like, is it like, once I take a look at him, does he look worse than that girl?
He looks quite a bit worse, yes. Beyond just the injuries, the fact that he's lost a decent bit of blood, you can see the poison running through his veins, infecting every bit of him.
I am going to drop down, and give him, take out a jar, and give him a dose of ointment. I tell him, drink this, or rather, eat this. It won't do much, but it'll help ease the pain from the poison.
I can't really move my arms, pal.
I just put it into his mouth, basically.
Thanks.
I'm
That's-
sorry.
Stopping the burning. Listen, pal. These portal. The Empress is in danger. We have allies. Remember these words. When and where doth the ice lily bloom? You'll find friends. Find Vieira, keep the Empress safe. I'm sorry.
I'm going to, at this point, kneel down in a latch-dis effort to kind of try to get rid of this poison. I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration.
As you cast it, it seems to have no effect. Seems you would need a stronger spell.
Leva stands up and salutes and says, I've only worked with you for well, the past day, I guess. But it was nice working with you. I've unfortunately can't do anything about the state you're in. I'm sorry. Is there any last words you would like for us to bring back? At the very least.
Just protect the Empire and tell my mom and pa I'm sorry.
Will do.
So at this point, Veserin's going to bolt for the these two guys over here. They're still tied up, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
He's gonna-
no, those two. Sorry, I forgot to delete these guys. These guys have gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
They ran off. That's fair.
I just kind of like take a knee and I just kind of like say really quietly like I failed. I could have done more and I didn't. I'm sorry. She's kind of like shook.
At this point, you all do hear, coming closer, numerous footsteps.
There's a hole right here, right?
Yes, a broken window.
Hmm. Could I hop in and try to find some sort of jewelry on this guy? A diamond, perhaps?
You can make an investigation check.
Alright. Yes, I'll try.
As you frantically search through, he doesn't appear to have any jewelry on him. There are some gems in his mask, but they all appear to be fairly cheap. No diamonds. Look to be more crystal.
I'm going to, or Vestrin's just going to clench his fist and punch the ground next to this guy and go, God damn it. Why can't I just have what I need just this damn once?
Your cat nudges against your foot gently.
Vestrin's just going to stay there unmoving, staring blankly into the floor.
You hear the footsteps getting closer and closer.
I finish praying and start look around. What do I see the footstep? Do I see
You see a good 50 or so guards running towards you. What appears to be a female adventurer based off her outfit. Kind of leading. Oh, I apologize. Sorry, a nobleman appears in full noble attire, not like the things that the people around you are wearing. No mask, no nothing. And you notice him leading these guards.
are they approaching? Does he approach me?
They are coming towards you. Yeah.
See, I'm just gonna wait until they. Well, yes.
So they all begin moving around you, taking out what appear to be the similar rifles you saw in the Empress's chambers, all aimed, yelling, "On the ground!" What do you three do?
Veteran's already
Sorry, what do you say, Vestrin?
he's already on the ground, so he's still unmoving.
Yeah, I'm kind of kneeling already. And I'm pretty small.
I'm gonna finally look up, pulling out my military identification emblem and holding it up just for a moment before dropping it and looking back at the floor.
I raise my hand. At ease. At ease. My. Quite the mess we have here. I look over at Vestrin, who has the military ID. An adventurer. Tell me, whose squad were you assigned to?
With a very shaky breath, he goes, Forte Chevalier.
I look over at the men. I will take care of these three. You know your orders.
They nod, each splitting off, going around to the front of the house to investigate.
Remember, men. That big one. Bring him to me. Bring him to me. I have plans for him.
Yes, sir.
Well then,
Lev-
what a mess you've gotten yourself into, Forte.
You know
How
him.
did this happen?
We were under orders to well, protect the people of this in this mansion or whatever party they had, but also to investigate as well.
Yes.
However,
I'm well aware of your orders, but how did this happen?
that's the thing. We don't exact. The only thing we know is something had like the walls all of a sudden turned into foliage and started spewing
Vestrin
these dog-like creatures, and
is gonna look up and go, seems your portal problem is getting a little too close to home.
I see. It's one of those portals I heard about. And you're saying that the Conbrook estate had one?
At least for a moment. I don't think it fully opened. But the starts of one, most certainly.
I would like to kneel over and close Forte's eyes.
You're able to do that.
And you three, you managed to find a way to close them.
No, not at all. It
They
just
closed
happened.
themselves. We were powerless. The fact that we're alive now, just a miracle.
We saved many as we could, but now they've all fled directions. The ones we could save, at least.
I'd like to insight whether or not they're telling the truth about not closing the portal.
Okay. Roll your insight.
Will do.
I mean, technically, they didn't.
19.
They seem too out of it to be able to really think of any reasonable lies.
No. Pardon my manners. You may address to me as Periander Talus Killian. You may just call me Periander.
So Periander, I apologize, but do you mind if I wrap him up in some linen so that we can transport him to his family?
Of course.
I do.
I'm rather acquainted with Lord Chevalier. He will be most upset, as will the Empress, I'm afraid. Those two had a close bond.
It seems a lot. Seems he had a lot of friends in a lot of places. His loss is pretty great, and I will start using all three square yards should be enough to cover like prep him up, like, right?
Yeah, I'd say that's about enough.
Alright, I use all of it. Yeah, get him ready for transportation.
I would know Leva from the hospital, right?
You would.
So, I was not informed that you were with the Chevalier squad, Leva.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Have we met? I'm sorry if if we have met during my time at hospital. I apologize. I haven't remembered many people.
House Killian is responsible for a lot of bookkeeping.
I see. That would make a lot of sense. Yes.
Tell me. Tell me. Leva, I look over at the half-elf. I don't believe I got your name. Quiet one,
Yuri?
isn't he?
What?
That's
Sorry,
rude.
I didn't hear.
It's okay.
I was looking at. Oh, sorry, reading 5e text. 5e.
I said I was looking over at the half-elf. I haven't gotten your name.
He looks over and goes, Vesser.
Vesserin. Which one was Vesserin? Ah, yes, the druid. Yes, Lord Chevalier wrote quite highly of you. I look over at.
His gut retches at that.
I look over at Nia. You must either be the dwarf or the scrawny one. No. By the description that I've got, the scrawny one would not be able to wield a weapon of that size. Who are you?
My name's Nia, sir. She just kind of says in like this very quiet little voice.
If
And
Just to let you know, the little one and I, we were recently scouted out by Forte um, prior to the mission. This was actually, in fact, our first one together.
So that's what that meeting at the tavern was. I will be sure to. No. Tell me. Did Forte. May you repeat to me Forte's dying words, so that I might tell his father?
When and where doth the ice lily? And for his parents specifically, he said, sorry.
Ah. When and where doth the ice lily bloom? Well, only in the eye of a storm. I had reports of a particularly large one. In fact, I saw a rampage he went on with my own eyes. And then there's the dwarf. They are currently unaccounted for, but I'm sure my men will find them.
At this
He's
point, I
the-
kind of pipe up and it's like,
I look
"Are
over
you
at the
gonna
dead
kill them?"
nobles. I look over at the dead nobles. Quite sloppy.
It was a mess.
Mm.
No, not
We-
those. I'm talking about the ones that fled.
Ah,
Yeah.
Don't worry. Tell me, did Forte ever tell you the true purpose of the mission?
he
Only
has not.
speculation.
To protect the Lord, he said.
I'm curious about what you're speculating. Vesserin, I believe.
He said something to me when we passed by in the halls. He said he wouldn't be surprised if whatever was lurking in the basement was the true motive for the church sending us.
Yes, that's partially true. The Empress wished to expose Conbrook. However, his true motion was to aid House Vieira in the assassination of the good Duke.
Excuse me,
Just to make sure,
Mister.
there are all my soldiers are gone, by the way, right?
Yeah.
I am talking
Yep.
quietly. Okay.
And I kind of like raise my hand, like, excuse me, Mr. Periwinkle, sir.
Periander.
Yeah, that. That's the opposite of what Forte said. He didn't tell us that we were supposed to kill him. You're like, oh, we have to go protect him,
So
and then we did kill him. But
I
Some
apologize.
things,
There-
some things require a little bit more discretion. As I look at Leva, I'm sure you are well acquainted with such
Yes.
tactics.
Well, I suppose you can say that, yes.
It is okay. Your secret is safe with me. There are those who deserve to live and those who don't. And unfortunately, Forte is one of the good ones.
well, do you
I-
think he didn't deserve to live?
No,
No,
him I wish lived longer.
As do I.
it is regrettable what happened here to him.
How do the injuries look in everyone?
I
Vesserin's
look like
an
straight
inch.
shit.
Vesserin's an inch away from death.
Mood.
Oh
They
wait,
look very, very beaten and injured.
We all
Cuts,
look like straight
bruises.
garbage.
Yep.
I
Come
I
to me.
kind of
Come to me, you two.
Wait. Lever, you were saying?
I also just forgot that they were also near death, so I was like, oh shit, I forgot to heal them.
I tell them to come near me.
Would we trust him enough to come near?
That's
Vesserin,
entirely up to
Yeah.
you.
Vesserin does not, in the slightest.
won't bite you.
I'll
And
take
Nia
my
just kind of
chances.
like waddles up to him, like very like sad looking. Yes.
Watching Nia
Okay.
do it, Vesserin kind of breaks and walks over
I
himself.
see your hesitation. I will explain. I will put my hand on your shoulder, and your wounds will go away. As I put my hand on Nia's shoulder and cast Cure Wounds,
At what level?
first level.
Yeah, you regain 10 hit points.
Yay. I feel slightly less like shit.
Some of the wounds have closed up, but
Mm.
you're still
What a-
not looking great.
And what about you?
That's when I assume he's talking to you.
Oh, okay. With that 10, still looking
no,
pretty rough.
Oh no, that 10 was for Nia.
That was for
Oh,
Nia.
okay.
Yeah.
Vesserin said he was, or I said the Vesserin walked over.
You came
He's
over?
near death.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I said when Nia walked over, Vesserin broke and decided to come as well.
Okay. Very well. As I put my hand on your shoulder and give you a healing light. I'll give you 2 of them. So 2d6.
Quick question, DM.
8 health.
Quick
Has
answer.
1 hour passed since the entire ordeal?
Since what part of the ordeal?
Like since everything, since the mansion returned back to normal.
It has not been an hour since the mansion returned to normal now.
And what about Leva? Does Leva look like she's in good shape?
Leva is fine. Leva has some scrapes and bruises, but she's fine.
Okay. By decree of the Empress, you are to assist me in my investigations. Report to me any surviving nobles you might find. And we shall take a look at this portal downstairs. Or at least what was once of it.
Oh,
Any valuables that we see will be seized and brought to the Empire.
there's actually one more of us. That's actually the he's not moving. He's in front
He
of the
actually
mansion.
is currently moving around the mansion towards you guys.
Yes.
Wait, JJ?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So he's coming towards us right now. Okay. All right. So he's actually coming. How far is he away from us? Because I would know. 'Cause mine's like
He is about here, about around the corner.
he's actually over that way, and I point
And
over to the right corner.
as you point, you see a good 5 or so soldiers walking with the unconscious body of JJ, clasped in cuffs with a number of runes on them.
Is he dead too?
Is this your friend?
Yeah.
Yes,
Wait,
he
is he dead too?
I'd like to put like 2 fingers on his neck. Do I feel a pulse?
There is, in fact, a pulse.
Ah.
In fact, despite being unconscious, his pulse seems lively, as if he's in the middle of some extreme exercise.
How peculiar. I've never seen anything quite like this. He
Is
should.
JJ wounded at all? Like, is there any? Like, are there any wounds around his body?
As you look, there's quite a bit of blood, but make a medicine check.
Oh, come on, really?
There's a lot of blood.
I rolled a 3 on that. I'm so sad. All right.
Does- You said he's You said he's unconscious?
Yep. Slumped over.
His pulse should be faint, and yet it's quite lively, as if he was exercising. Tell me, was this the? Actually, the soldiers are here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, men. You might leave him here for now. Again, look for any survivors and fulfill your orders.
They nod, heading off, leaving him handcuffed still. Well, more shackled.
Ah. Can I do an investigation on him?
You can. What are you looking for? You would not be able to tell that.
Would I be able to tell is he affected by like anything supernatural, or if it looked like something entered his body?
You would not be able to tell that just by a simple look.
Would I be able to see if there's any magical items on him? Can I do an investigation for that?
You can. As you begin checking, you feel his face is somewhat loose, as if it's not actually there, but a mask.
Oh, how peculiar. He has one of those. Forte always did have a soft spot. I leave the mask on. I look over at Leva, Nia, and Vesrin. And I tell them to stop by my estate later, so that we might speak.
I'm assuming after we lend our assistance.
Of course. I look over at Leva. You seem like you're able to write. Would you be able to write me a brief summary of what happened today?
Of course, I will.
Thank you. I would like to go investigate now for any surviving creatures and or weapons. I'm just going to scout the first floor for now.
Okay. What is the rest of the party doing?
I am going to say, Nia, Veteran, stay here for a bit. I'm going to tend to your wounds. And
Vestin is going to look and go, I think I'll have them covered myself. And he's going to cast Cure Wounds. And since the cat is still out, I get to use a new thingy.
Oh, you're just going to use Cure Wounds on yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that works too, I guess.
I kind of go up to Vesrin and I like poke him a bit. And I'm like, psst, Vesrin. Hey,
Yes.
can
I
you
will
do me a
note just
favor?
quickly, even though technically you guys did level up, any
Oh,
spells or
yeah.
extra
True.
abilities you have will not come into effect until your next long
Yeah, I forgot
rest.
about that.
Yeah. I
How is
kind of
Nia
like
looking?
poke him again.
16.
Vesrin, can you
Yes.
do me a favor?
What is it?
Can you turn into the cat again? I'm sad.
Nia is looking still decently hurt, but not on death's door.
Alright, well, before that, let me tend to you real quick. And I'm going to use my healing kit on her. Restore 1d6 plus 4 plus additional hit points equal to the creature's maximum number of hit die. Hold on.
which is their level.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I don't know why it doesn't just say their level.
I guess there might be a way to get extra hit die. Who knows? So yeah, so that's 15. 15 of total.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Let's do. Well, what to do with him actually? And I look over at JJ. Can I examine him to see if he's like in a deep sleep or something?
Make a medicine check. He appears to be in a very deep sleep.
Like, so no matter what I do, like it just doesn't like he's waking up.
What do you try and do?
Well, first assessing like medical stuff, assessing the eyes, breath, and stuff, and then afterwards like shaking him.
His breathing seems oddly calm. His eyes, as you try and flicker them open, you feel just something smooth, almost porcelain.
Oh,
As far as shaking him goes, he does not seem to respond.
I see. All right. Well, that's gonna be for a different time then, and I'm going to plop him like plop him up so that he's sitting upwards, but his back is on the mansion. And I say, well, let's go take care of our jobs. And I head back into the mansion.
Vestron will follow.
Is kind of follow
Which-
behind.
Which part of the mansion are you guys going to?
So I guess the first up is the ballroom.
As you enter, you do hear from down the hallway, sort of going, "Yes, sir," and a number of footsteps, seemingly leaving out the front door.
Okay, well,
Vestron is gonna look at Leva and go, "Where was this basement? I never found it myself."
do you remember where the main entrance is?
Mm-hmm.
It was to the right of that. So
I see.
mean,
Where that guard was posted?
yep,
I
exactly
see.
where that card was posted. And so I'm just gonna move towards him, towards the main entrance. And I guess I see run into
You would run into Periander.
Perry
Yes.
Ander. God.
You would
Names
run
are
into
hard.
Pear.
Names are hard.
Periwinkle. That's why I went with Periwinkle.
You will run into Pariah, yes.
Has your men found the basement? Mansion?
I've instructed to leave that for myself.
See.
Oh, my men should be guarding the big one. Looking for any more survivors, of course. And what are these weapons here?
Has anybody checked this closet?
I did.
Okay.
She's dead.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. She is very dead. As
Wouldn't-
Vestrin just kind of casually looks in the closet, he sees the dead body of the female noble with a number of puncture wounds and poison flowing through her.
Well,
He shivers and continues on his way.
well, these weapons, as the count graciously, on quote, as Leva doesn't make quotes in the air, graciously explained to us, they were from an encounter. He used them in an encounter with dragons or something. Sounded like complete bullshit, but I mean, well, it was the count there.
Vesserin just kind of stares at the sword for a moment, kind of in a trance.
Is there like a lock on the display?
They are made of glass. It does not appear to have any lock, though. You do also see the dead body of the Theron Chimera laying near the halberd's case.
Oh.
All three of its heads appear to be missing, with bloody stumps where they once were, and a large blood trail leading from it. Yeah, let me just make. Yeah, there we go. Leading from it to right around here.
I would like to throw. I'd like to throw a dagger here and here to break the glass.
Roll your attacks.
One moment, and I'm just using daggers. Dagger number 1. Does that break?
Yep, it shatters.
And dagger number 2.
Also hits and shatters. The glass pours around with the sound of breaking glass. The Dragon Slayer blade seeming to glimmer, the glassy texture of the sword almost turning slightly crimson, reflecting the blood in the hall.
You do know that the good Duke talked a big game, but it was quite useless with weaponry.
So
In
is it
fact-
Don't
fake?
like use weapons in general.
Astute observation. No. He probably bought these on the black market somewhere. I will return them to her Empress.
Oh, are they hers? I kind of ask.
No,
Well, it's property of the Empire now.
Ooh.
that is correct. So I take the sword and the halberd.
Yep. So add the dragon slaying sword and the silvered halberd into your inventory.
Will do. That blood trail leads outside. I'd also like to carve a. I also want to pick up the 2 knives that I threw, and I want to carve a sample of the chimera.
Easy enough. Add chimera chunk to your inventory.
Look over at Lava. You seem like the curious type. Would you like to accompany me downstairs, you and your group?
I need to see for myself what's down there.
Oh, you're also curious.
I have
That's-
taken a peek, which is where I can say that thing, and I point to Chimera, came from. I don't know how it got there, but that's where I first seen it, along with our dwarf. I don't know where he went. Eh?
Oh yeah, he just ran off somewhere. We should probably find him.
Last thing I remember him saying was he found some way. He found a way to stop it.
Can I insight? I want to see if he means the portal.
That would not be an insight. That would just kind of be a guess.
Okay. I
Not how
assume-
insight works.
I
What?
assume. I assume
to
the fact
what?
that we are not being overrun with monsters right now. That thing that he wanted to stop might have been the portal, or whatever caused this mess.
whatever it is, we probably will find our answer downstairs.
I agree.
And so I guess we make our way there.
Yeah.
Okay. As you all head downstairs, walking again, the wood and stone, and marble turning to stone. The bright lights from above turning to small flames. Entering in, you see a horrid sight of blood coating the floor, viscous from what appear to be massacred creatures. Against the wall and covering every bit of the floor, two entirely destroyed stone guardians lay near the hallway's end, and you can see bits and pieces of twisted metal and stone, shattered and broken.
Oh. Here.
I nonchalantly step over all the blood, just unfazed by it.
There is no stepping over it unless you could fly. It
Oh,
is
in
everywhere.
that case, I just walk into it.
It's just a good about inch or so soaking through the stone.
I'm gonna have to buy new shoes after this, and I follow.
You may need to buy new feet after this.
I am
Okay.
scrubbing.
He's kind of waddle after them.
Okay. You may look and rummage, and whatever you find, you may keep. Just if you find any kind of documents, or ledgers, or any kind of illicit narcotics, just deliver those on to me.
What counts as an illicit narcotic?
I take out a thin cigarillo and then like light it up to smoke. There's a powder of sorts. Don't sniff it. Don't eat it.
Just
Just
show
put it in a.
everything you find to us. We'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
As I go looking, as mentioned, for documents, documentations, any kind of ledgers or anything like to indicate just any kind of paper trail.
Make an investigation check.
Will do. Investigation.
As you search throughout, it doesn't seem like there's any papers here. You do find the crates over here containing a good amount of dust, of powder, I apologize. But it doesn't seem like the area was where they would have kept the papers. You do also see a bunch of half-eaten creatures all over.
I don't even care about them half-eaten creatures. I do notice them, of course. But I take a sample of the dust for evidence. And
What are you other three doing?
I'm looking through the jail cells. Well,
What's left
take
of them?
yeah, what's left
Yeah.
of them.
Be headed down into this room, I'd imagine. Taking a look around.
Yeah. I'm just kind of like looking
I think
around,
Vestron
like
and I are in the
kicking my
same room.
feet in the puddles.
Since that's where I was.
Uh,
I
Leva.
assume those crates are the
Yes.
crates.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That is the powder. Leva, as you search through, you see a multitude of of goblins, kobolds, and other creatures in various forms of disarray. Their limbs ripped from their bodies, their heads crushed. A few, the lucky ones likely, having the stone walls of their cells pushed in on them. The unlucky ones having been ripped to shreds. Not a single survivor remains among those that you search. Nia, the blood
Yeah.
splashes. That is all.
I am just like looking at stuff, but not really at stuff, if you get my drift.
I love that.
Don't laugh at me.
As you kick
I'm going through the big sad. Leave
From-
me alone.
and walk through the puddles, it splashes all right. It's blood.
Is Vesper next to me?
Hmm.
Veteran walked out. He was kind of aimlessly wandering, taking in
Look, we're all
More
going through
so.
depression. Leave us alone.
Wait, am I close enough to Vesper to talk to him?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Tell me, Vesper. Do you hate the Empire?
No. I think its peoples are suffering. I want to see them succeed. What I would say I hate is the senseless violence and hatred that I see all around.
Oh, many people can't let go of their egos. Tell me, you don't. I mean, the only elves we see are from the Alliance. Is that where you hail from?
I'm a nomad. Lived with a small village down in the desert. Learned my love of nature from them.
Ah, the desert.
Which
That's
is in
fa-
fact part of the alliance.
Yes, but Vesperin isn't very educated in these things, so he doesn't know.
Have you ever stumbled upon the village of Doncaster?
Would I have? Would that be in like the vague area? Because he was pretty far south. I put in the notes.
You make a history check.
Alright.
It's very possible you could have. You probably wouldn't have known his name.
I passed through many towns on my way here, many small villages, none of which I particularly kept records of. It's a possibility.
So, in that case, you are well exposed to the woes of the continent.
Very.
And tell me, why did you become an adventurer?
I couldn't sit idly by and do nothing.
Ah,
Seemed like
I
the best
see.
option.
I see. So that's why Forte thought so highly of you. He has, for all the man's flaws, he had a good sense of character.
His jaw kind of tightens a bit. An extremely good sense of character.
My apologies. As mentioned prior, I am closer to his father than to him himself. Yet, he, Viera, and I, we share a common goal. I'm sure Forte has said that much.
That he has.
Leva.
Instruct your friends that I'm going upstairs
He gives a nod.
as I leave. Go upstairs.
Do you take any of the crates with you, or are you leaving him there?
I take a crate. I take a crate and leave it next to the basement door.
Okay. Upstairs or down here?
Just like to the staircase, not carrying it up the stairs.
Okay. It is a lot of effort for you to do that.
I'm actually not that bad at athletics.
Leva, you see Periander drop a crate off right next to the stairs before heading up.
Do I see lava? Or does
You see her just kind of kicking at the blood. It is
Oh,
very
you mean Nia?
scratchy. That's sorry.
Yeah,
That's
I'm the
what I
one
meant,
that's kind
Nia.
of like
I was
kicking at
about
the
to say.
blood.
Look, there's a lot of names and they keep switching.
In my best
It's
judgment,
Fine.
in my best judgment, I assume that Nia might end up in the powder, so I tell her to come with me.
Um,
I tell
Yes,
her to make
sir.
her so I tell her to make her to carry it up the stairs.
Carry you up the stairs?
Carry the powder. Don't be careful with it. Don't spill it.
You want me to carry you up the stairs? I just kind of like mishear him. Okay.
At
And
this
I,
point, I'm gone. By the way,
Just
no,
left.
come back. And I do like lift up the powder and start like running after him. My
Wait,
short
what do
little
you
legs.
do to the powder?
I lift it up
Oh, okay.
with my little baby hands.
Okay. We're gonna get back to that in a second. Tesrin, are you going to look for a lever?
Yeah. I'm gonna head down this path here.
Okay.
I'm just exploring further and further into the prison.
Lever, as you get to this area, you see what looks to be a number of scorch marks on the floor and walls. A giant hole in the wall, not broken down like other ones before, but seemingly just removed from existence. And on the other side, you see a small thing sparkling in the crimson blood.
I head over to it and try and examine it, trying to get a closer look.
Are you leaning down?
Yes.
Or are you picking it up?
I'm leaning down. I'm not picking it up. I'm not touching it yet.
Okay. As you lean down, you recognize it as. Actually, make a religion check.
Oh.
You recognize it as a holy symbol of the All Hammer.
All hammer.
Something that you recognized Galthuk
Scalp wearing.
had been wearing.
Once I recognize that, I pick it up.
It is entirely covered in blood.
I prestidigitate blood off of it. And I whisper to myself, this is where you ended it. I don't know what happened. But thank you.
As you glance up, you see scrawled out on the wall in what looks to be charred, burnt ash, a single word. Hello.
Hello? What?
With
Hello?
several O's.
Why is the word hello written like that? What? Why? No,
That's,
this can't.
that's when you would hear Lever questioning why the word hello is on the wall.
That's one who's been moving very slowly hears this and then fucking books it in here. Turning to see the wall.
Large letters with about 6 O's at the end. Again, scrawled in ash is the word hello.
What does the handwriting look like?
Does it kind of look like a toddler's?
It looks like Galthuk's.
You know what this is?
The Feywilds. A being that we met there. Madman.
I'm sorry, you went to the Feywild and you met someone?
Veteran's gonna look over at Leva with a fucking with a look of yes, I did do that. And go, there was a portal that opened in a town or next to a town we were working in. It bleeds the Feywilds into our realm.
I see. Well, that explains everything that happened today. Kind of.
Veteran kind of gives a nod, though I do not believe that what we experienced was the Feywilds.
But what is that then? What
I don't know. I will have to look into it.
I would like to ritual cast tech magic onto it. Like it's gonna take a while, but I wanna like try and identify if there's any kind of magic emanating from those words.
As you cast Detect Magic, you feel something odd lingering wild magic around all the burns. Something that shouldn't usually appear in detect magic, but whatever this was extremely powerful. Enough that it's still barely there.
Like it feels like it's something I like. It's I don't. Okay. Well then, that's weird. Well, this is where I found this, and I show Vesserin the holy symbol, the all hammer. So
Looking at it, is it the one that Galthuk wears specifically, or just one that looks like it?
Oh, it's the one that he wore. You've been with him long enough to know that.
Yeah.
so whatever happened here, Galplik definitely had to do with it. Although he might have just if it was a portal like you said it was, he well, I don't think you can get to him anymore. Well, unfortunate.
Looking around, I would, knowing that if this was where the portal was, I'm going to step over by the wall and Hail Mary. I'm gonna look down at the blood pool underneath me and go and feel around for any crystals that might have appeared.
Make an investigation check.
For a second, I thought that was your investigation.
You feel around the blood, and you don't find any crystals. Just shards of stone broken off. And the smoothness of the wall that was supposed to be blocking these two chambers from another, seemingly just ripped out of existence.
Besserin gives a bit of a sigh. Well, it wasn't open long enough to produce any crystals if it was.
Put a hand on Vesserin's shoulder and say, I think our time here is up. We should probably get going now.
Agreed. I was the one meant to send you upstairs, but seems like I got a bit distracted. He says, staring at the word hello.
I mean, I'm pretty sure anyone would be distracted by such a thing. But
He gives a
no
nod.
matter. Let's go.
We'll follow.
Leander, I need you to make a dex save.
Wait, I'm not standing on it.
I need you to make a dex save.
Wait, why? What happened? Is the powder explosive?
No.
Am I going
As
to accidentally kill him with explosive
I'm-
Leva
no.
and Vesserin, as you guys begin walking upstairs, you both hear
Oh god.
from a few floors up.
Considering everything that happened, I'm at a dead sprint. Like, I'm expecting the worst.
How much damage do I take?
Periander, you take 18 fire damage as a
Wait.
trap goes off, exploding as soon as you open the door, the trap door.
No.
Okay.
Did I
Is that-
survive?
is fire spreading?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Wait,
actually,
I died?
no.
Well, I would have
got
investigated
so
the room.
nervous for a
I would have
moment.
investigated the room first before I would have opened the trapdoor, but yeah.
You didn't say that you were checking for traps. You said what you were looking for.
I know.
That's why I specifically asked if you opened the trap door.
No, I got you.
Nia, you were kind of just standing in the doorway when suddenly you saw him open a trap door that he found underneath the carpet in the center of the room and then explode.
Clever.
Your ears are ringing some, Nia, but you are not actually hurt at all.
I just start like frantically like hyperventilating. I put the box and like run over. I'm like, don't worry, not to do. It
I'd
starts
like to
moving.
point out she carried the box of powder up 3 stories to the 3rd floor of the house.
I don't say anything. I'm just looking for my thing.
I
Um,
start throwing chest compressions.
there appears to be a steel safe underneath.
Okay, I'd like to investigate for traps first.
Make a investigation check as
22.
Leva and Vesperin come running into the room, seeing bits and pieces of carpet kind of slowly falling to the ground.
22.
And Nia
Are there
panicking
traps?
with a box.
What the hell happened?
We're okay.
Periander, as you go and you start pushing through a small thieves' tool into the safe to check, you do in fact feel a trigger for another trap.
Can I disarm it?
I would like you to make a thieves' tool check.
Dex?
Yep.
24.
You're able to, despite the panic and yelling behind you, you're able to pretty easily disarm the trap, unhooking the small trigger, but not yet opening the safe, as it is locked.
I look over to the people who are like behind me. I tell Nia to put down the box.
I
And
put it down. I put it down long enough to like start panicking. I was like ready to do the chest compressions again.
and just nonchalantly I tell them, I appear to have triggered a trap. Won't happen again. As I continue to open the safe.
Oh,
I'd
I
also
kind of
like to note that you all have tracked a good bit of blood up the stairs and into this room.
Oh yeah, because I was stomping in there earlier. I kind of walk up to the box. I'm like, do you want help with that? I can
I'm-
help you.
Do I do another Thieves' Tools check to see if I can open it, by the way?
Yes, you would have to do another thieves' tool check.
Damn.
You immediately just shove your thieves' tool in there and turn, and instantly find the correct click. Immediately opening it, you
Ah.
see a good number of documents in there.
While he's doing that, I just prestidigitate a number of times to like clean off the blood off of our feet, so we don't like make any more blood trails.
Do I see anything interesting among the documents?
Yeah, all you see is white paper with black scribbles on it, as you
Excuse
cannot
me.
read common.
Actually, I can read common. I'm just very bad at it. But I can read it. I'm on like a kindergartner's level, but I can read common.
You see a few words you understand, like of and
I
a,
can
and
read
to,
more of that.
but a majority of the words are too big for you.
I can read it. I kind of like go up to it and I like squint and it's like, of the, of the, of the, I'm like stumbling through every single word as I'm like slowly reading it out loud. And just like very slowly like reading the documents out loud over like Periander's shoulder.
Are you on Periander's shoulder?
I'm reading it over his shoulder.
I am kneeled down because I was
Oh.
lockpicking the safe, so
Oh, I see.
that would
okay.
make sense.
I was like, I thought he was setting me up. All right, damn it. Never mind.
But these are the documents I was looking for.
Yep.
I kind of point out just like, what's that word mean?
That word means classified. As I put the documents away.
Nia, all you can
I
read
know I was
it.
saying that.
Nia, from what you can see, it says 3 times the cheese moved sideways to Switzerland that by radio, but she never licked that parking permit.
I can actually read common. I'm just not great at it.
In case you're wondering, because I know the 3 of you are suspicious of me, The Empress sent me here to aid with the investigation. And, and of course, in the trash disposal. But I did not expect a portal to open. I did not expect to have to clean up so much trash running away from here. Alas, I've gotten everything I needed. I will hand these off to the young Empress. And I will meet you all. And, I will pay a visit to the Chevalier estate myself. You were
Yeah,
his
but-
friends, were you not?
Vestron, hearing this, immediately chimes in with, "If it's not asking too much, if you're going to meet with his father, I'd like to be present."
I'm a man of my word, and I cannot promise you that his father will be there. He was deployed, and I don't remember quite where. That's... His mother needs to know. Poor woman.
Either way.
Her mother and his 3 siblings.
I was also technically employed by him, so I suppose I should also pay a visit. Well, is there a carriage outside that we can take? Fortunately, we do have quite a bit of luggage to take.
I ask... I ask if the big one, was he a friend of Forte's as well?
The
JJ?
one we found
Yeah,
at-
he was our friend. He is our friend. I mean, he's not dead.
At the very least, he was in the group before I joined, so
I'd like to snap a few times in front of him.
In front of who?
JJ.
JJ's. Did you walk all the way downstairs
Oh,
and outside?
Yeah, he's not with us.
JJ's
Sorry.
been left
Yeah,
out
right.
in the back.
yeah.
Did we leave the room yet?
I don't know. Did you?
Fine.
Did
Okay.
Do you have a
we'll
hall
level set.
pass?
We'll level set. Okay. I will go outside. I will meet you there. Whatever you find, you may keep. As I walk out.
Okay. 3 of you. What are you 3 doing? Are you guys searching for anything specific?
Not really. I get.
Yeah.
There is a box of drugs very close to you.
Fucking ram my head in it and sniff.
Well,
Do
what
you
kind
actually?
of drugs are they?
That's very good question, Nia. Only one way to find out.
Did they bring all the boxes, or is
No,
was
No,
just
Nia
only
just
one.
brought hers.
Just the
Yeah.
one. There's still
Oh.
at least
Yeah.
2 downstairs that you saw.
As a question, would I have like an
Leva
empty
doesn't know
jar
that.
or something? I mean, don't forget, I am still technically in my party clothes. The ridiculous stuff you saw a couple sessions ago.
You
Would I have
have
a small jar?
nothing but your hammer on you.
Is there like a small bag, I guess, or anything that could like be used as a container?
In the room that you're in,
Yeah.
there's a fancy vase on one of the side tables.
Okay. And I just kind of go over to the vase and I fill it up with
The
the
box
powder.
is closed and sealed.
Oh. Do you think if I punch it, it's gonna open?
Are you asking me or are you asking your party members?
I'll ask them, but I'm not gonna repeat myself in a high pitched voice because I'm tired.
I say, let's not do that. This is
Why
most
not?
definitely going to be used as evidence, and well, that'll be evidence tampering. So
Mm.
not exactly something you want to do. We can get in a lot of trouble for that.
Nia, do you know what the word tampering means?
I know enough of common to know the sentence "don't touch that" means don't touch that.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. And
Was there
I
anything else down there
kind of
that we need to bring up, or that we should bring up? Asking both Western and Mia.
So long as you still have Galfex emblem, I don't think there was anything down there that had any or value to me.
Fair enough. Well, let's just give this place one last look. See, well,
Hmm.
just make sure there's
I'd like to
everything is
torch
clear.
the place if I could.
Again,
Place reeks.
evidence tampering, but eventually it probably will be.
Hmm.
Come on, let's go. Finalize, do one final round. Get Forte's body and the other ones. We'll get a carriage, and well, let's bring him home.
I just kind of sullenly follow her.
Are you looking for anything specific in the manor?
I'm looking for anything like anything smaller that could be taken, like that looks like I guess somewhat valuable, but like nothing that can be used as like an evidence or things like
Uh,
I
make
don't
an
know.
investigation check.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, you don't really find
Mm.
anything.
I mean, the
I'm
main
not really
thing that
putting
I
it in.
kind of the main thing I kind of came to the party looking for was like any information on like the person. Hold up, from my backstory,
could
the
always
lady in the
ask me.
violet cloak, but I just didn't find anything, and I'm not really in the mood to look.
You could always ask me.
Uh,
And Vestern, are you looking for anything?
I'll look around and see if I can see any. Honestly, I'm gonna look around for diamonds.
Make an investigation check. As you look through the house, you're not able to find any.
It, is the body of Duke Combrook still intact,
Uh,
or
it
was
has
it
actually been
crushed?
removed by the soldiers,
Okay, all right.
so you do not know.
Well, I'm just gonna say like I finished. I just walk around the house and just get to Forte's body, prep for travel.
Okay, Forte's body is outside with an unconscious JJ near it, and would you also be there, Periander?
Yes, I would. I would be instructing the men to tally the death total and to prepare to bring Forte over to get embalmed and in 3 days time and to be brought to the Chevalier estate within 3 days time.
They nod.
I also tell them to bring the crates to Officer Vieira for investigations and to arrange a meeting with her so I may speak to her myself.
Yes, sir.
are we nearby?
Yeah, you would have heard this.
Okay. I
I
kind of. Oh, you go first.
oh sorry. I ask Periander. You mentioned Forte. You and this I just forgot the name of that you just said.
Vieira.
Vieira. Vieira. You mentioned that they were close before. Well, you two were close before. Who is Fiera? Who is this
She's the
Fiera?
chief investigator.
Oh, I see. That explains
Bless you.
a lot of you all in this work. How you're all related in this type of work.
Thanks.
Glad to know. Yes. We have a professional relationship. I would like to. I'd like to set up a telepathic link with Leva to talk to her in secret.
Oh.
Leva, you begin to feel something kind of poke into your mind. Do you accept it, or
Yeah.
I whisper, wise decision. I know of the antics at the hospital, and to be honest, I quite like people that take initiative on their own.
Well,
I feel like you and I could establish a professional relationship, so to speak. Don't worry, the Empress does not know.
well, that wasn't exactly the issue. I took initiative mainly because, well, one, I mean, motives are usually one way or another, either for revenge or something. Mine is no different from that. As for if I can do it again, I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure if I can do it again.
There are people in this world much worse than her,
I do not doubt that.
and there are people in power who abuse it, as I'm sure you've seen here. What I'm giving you is an opportunity to take your revenge on the corruption of this world. Be regaled as a hero and be compensated duly.
I suppose. Well, I'm already this far and might as well. I don't see any other reason why not. Very well. I will join you.
Good. If you wish to find out more about us, you may seek me out at my estate. Or perhaps you could accompany me after we all visit the Chevalier estate. Up to you.
Let's see what happens first. After that.
As I verbally tell everyone who's around me now that I have some work to do. You are all free to go. I will be paying a visit to the Chevalier estate within 3 days around noon. Bring gifts to the grieving mother.
I kind of walk up to him and I kind of tap in his arm. It's like, Mr. Mr. Periander, sir, I have one question, one last one.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
You seem to know a lot about the nobles here, right? In the Empire?
That's right.
Do you know anything about a lady in a violet cloak? A traveler maybe who traveled a while ago?
Would I?
that is a very vague description?
There
Well,
are
that's all she's
many.
banking on.
There are many. There are many corrupt. There are many nobles that wear purple. However, I do believe I received a ledger. So, if any name comes to mind, I will share it. It's the least I can do.
Oh, 6 years ago. She was traveling 6 years ago.
There are many nobles that traveled 6 years ago.
Okay, well, were there any nobles moving in a specifically violet cloak? I know it's very expensive.
would you be able to tell me a description? The gender, hair color, eye
I just said it, she's
color,
a fucking lady.
lady, height, weight.
Everyone looks tall to me. She had a violet cloak that covered her head, and it was difficult to see her face. But she ate all her fruits and vegetables, and then she left, and then
Periander
we
is like
had a drought, and then
visibly
everyone
annoyed.
starved.
Periander is like visibly annoyed.
I pick up
As
Mia.
I start smoking
Mia is
another
also
cigarillo.
visibly annoyed.
So
They're both annoying each other.
I pick up Nia and I go, I apologize for this one.
Look, at least this noble eats all their fruits and vegetables. This way they get dessert.
She also doomed like an entire island of people, basically.
That was the dessert.
an entire island.
No.
Island. Where are you from then?
East? It's a small island. It's called the Zeleni Isle.
Zelenia Isle. Would I have heard of it?
You would have. Though it appears to have essentially been wiped off the map about 6 years ago.
Oh, I see now. You're not a child, you're a halfling.
Did you really not know that?
It's hard to know the difference.
Your outfit made me think otherwise.
It's my
Fair
party
assumption.
outfit. Oh, what a horrible outfit to wear when you're meeting someone for the first time. In all fairness.
I see. Well, I did hear that the halflings are an eccentric bunch. Okay. So, I will check. I will check what I can. I make no guarantees. Though, if you are searching for a traveler, it might benefit you to go travel yourself. Dangerous times, so I recommend a group.
I have my group. I have this one.
That you do. We will see each other in 3 days' time. I will let you know if I find anything. Though, I don't make any promises.
So,
We'll see you then.
for
Thank you for your
expediency's
help.
sake,
Oh, and also
Three of-
I take JJ with me.
Fair enough.
so for
I'd like to-
expediency's sake,
I would like to keep JJ at my personal estate, though.
okay, that will be something that will be dealt with. But
Yeah.
for expediency's sake,
Da-da-da.
the rest of you head back to the guest house, feeling likely some guilt as you are going to, well, stay at the guest house of a man you couldn't save.
Why have I visited the guest house?
You did.
Okay.
You were offered alcohol there.
Right. Okay. Yes, I do remember.
Too tired to really do anything. I assume you all, for expediency's sake, you all drift off to sleep, only to be woken in the early hours of the morning by a rapid knocking.
I go over and
Cray,
open the door.
if you would introduce yourself once again.
Hello. As you open the door, you see a shirtless man, half height to a white hair, white beard.
You can expand it.
Yeah.
Oops. There we go.
Gold belt, blue shirt in the front, tucked out. But you see an emblem, a blue emblem that around his neck. Where once saw a sigil there. Previous version of myself. Oh,
Alpha?
Sai. Oh, Esrin.
Viscerin cocks his head. What the fuck happened to you?
You know, things happen for a reason, and for some reason, I ended up hearing my mind scramble, and all of a sudden the puzzles got put together. A large mishap happened down in the cellar. I All I can remember is kind of losing my mind for a moment, and a blast from the inside, and I was ported into this realm. It was
Viscerin at this point, with his jaw just kind of dropped, is just going to fucking hug you as tight as possible and go, I didn't know if I would see you again.
I fear that I would not. Hello. Sorry. That I wasn't going to see you as well. I'd been learning from. Remember our friend that we found in the Feywilds? Well,
The madman?
I say friend. However, at the time, I did not understand, and now it's all clear. Yes, the madman. Studied for the past 3 years, working with him, understanding how to align myself properly, how to forgive myself for the loss of my friend, how to release all of the world's aggressions from my shoulders. It has been absolutely lightning.
Well, you certainly have changed. I would love to hear all about your escapades with the madman.
I would love to explain to you everything. Oh, it was amazing. The things that I had to do. It was. I never thought years that be my true calling, my true path.
Leva is witnessing all of this, right?
Mm-hmm. As is Nia if she's awake.
Leva
I am
says,
incredibly confused. And it's like, wait.
"Now, you are Galduck, yes?"
Yes, yes, I am. And you can completely tell, like even my voice has changed
What?
since the last time you saw me.
Your voice changed so much. Like your mannerisms as well. Like you.
It has been very enlightening. The world that I was in, the ideas, the thought-provoking mentions of how life is and how it ever will be. Hello. Ugh. Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yes, I am. I am without a doubt.
Like, can I look at his face? Like, see his facial complexion? Like, if there
So
is he like palish or?
so as you see me, I am fully just the exact same way that I looked as I left, with the complexion. However, when you hear me say like hello, my head kind of throbs, and you can see me put my head to my hand to my head, and kind of shake it off with a little nudge to my hand, kind of cock my neck sideways a little bit, and then kind of pop back out with my eyes like looking directly at you.
Interesting. Galduck, may I try something on you real quick? It's not gonna hurt. I just want to see if there's any magics affecting you.
Yes,
And,
I'd be okay with that.
and I'm going to cast detect magic on him.
Oh, as you cast detect magic on him, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh no.
You just can't run away from that, can you?
Nope. I knew exactly what should happen too.
Hey.
Galfuck, what is your DC?
Oh shit.
My DC, wait. I think I want to say it's 13. Yeah, saves against is DC 13.
Okay. So you take 7 psychic damage, Leva, as just a pulse of
Wait, did I make
mad.
it though?
You did make it.
Oh, okay.
You took
I
half
see.
damage.
You roll. I see.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You're right. You made it. So that would be 3 psychic damage then. As just this pulse of wild magic just erupts through your head, causing a huge headache.
Ow. Okay. Wow. All right. Whatever journey you've been on. Oh dear. Either you absorbed the magics of wherever you've been, or I I don't sense, like, I no longer sense any like holy energy from him anymore, right? Like,
You do not. It's pure wild magic around him.
I reach into my pocket and I pull out his holy symbol, and I go, "You dropped this when you left. Uh, here," and I hand it out to him.
As I reach forth to it, I grab hold of it. I hold it in my hand. I look down and I say, "My burdens are gone. Do with this as you will." And I hand it back to her.
Have you renounced your faith?
I walk my own path now. One that did not ask for, but found that I wanted, rather than walking steps of a childhood friend that I had lost long ago. He has forgiven me, and I have forgiven myself for that day. Hello. Oh, I'm fine.
We're gonna have to find out what we can do about that part, but as for everything else, I'm glad you're back. I was worried that this was the last that we would ever see of you. Honestly, when you ran back into the mansion, I I thought that was it.
The rest of you will note he said that he had been doing this for 3 years, despite the fact that you saw him yesterday.
Really not that outlandish of a thought to Vesperin that wherever he went could have a different sense of time.
3 years? How is that possible, though? Wait. It was just yesterday since everything happened.
He went through the
Wait.
portal, did he not? Who's to say what manner of logic deems that realm?
I mean, I suppose if you're whatever magic has been infused in him is, say, any part, I suppose you're right, but it's still a little bit hard to believe. But I suppose seeing is believing to some extent. Well, that's there has been a lot that happened, Galduck. We should also catch you up to speed with
Please,
everything.
you should bring in Forte. Let's all commence together and
That
and talk and
Galduck.
what as
Forte.
as I look at you and I see like I would assume that I see like eyes like kind of glazing over,
Sorrowful.
right? Powerful.
Sorrowful, like look. He passed away last night. He the wounds that he received were too much. He didn't make it. I'm sorry.
It is understandable. Death, like a drop of or a ripple in the water, that causes just a little bit of change, but over time, nullified by the pushback of shores. I believe he has done good. He has tried to do good. He'll be missed. We will not forget him.
The one that fights like that, definitely not. Never met a man who willingly throws himself in beasts like that, just his bare hand. That being said, we met another person. His name was uh, er, uh, Periander.
Periander.
We will be meeting with him in 3 days. Or wait, no, I guess because it is tomorrow, it's 2 days time now. He can probably catch up with everything else that happened in the mansion, as well as you can catch him up with what happened to you, I suppose.
What happened to JJ? As I recall, we saw him turn into something that was just very unexpected.
Overseen by the same character.
He was brought with, basically Periander took him with for what reason we don't really know. However,
I only worry that he has inclinations about JJ's magic could pose an issue.
it did look like he respected Forte's views, though. so I don't think he's in any trouble in that regard. But as for what he became that night, I just, well, we don't really have any answers to that either.
Can I? Never mind.
What was that,
Is there any-
Vesperin? It sounded like you were wanted to know something.
No, no, we're good. Incomplete thought.
Mm.
Is there any questions that you might have for us, Scout Duck?
Where is he to be buried?
I
Wood
don't
lights.
know.
That has yet to be determined. Actually, at that DM, quick question. We haven't
Mhm.
told his parents yet, right? Like his parents hasn't been told yet, right?
They have not yet. No,
We do.
they have not arrived yet, as far as you know, at least.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fair. At least I don't think they've been notified. Well, his parents, that is. So we do need to break. We do need to break news to them as well. Unless Periander already did. And if he did, we should find some something for them so that like gifts or something, and help them grieve.
I believe us being there will mean a lot to his parents. I hope so.
Seemed he was loved by many, so I think showing that would mean a lot to them. Still can't believe it. Such a noble soul. Easily extinguished just like that. That isn't to say he didn't put his heart into it, to be fair. Probably fought hardest out of all of us. But still, we have lost a great man.
And with that,
Memory he remembered.
and with that, I think it's about time we ended tonight's slightly depressing session.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yay.
Thank you so much for hanging out and watching our rather sad uh show of losing one, gaining another, one person going to jail from what we can tell. I appreciate everybody coming out, showing your support, watching the streams, leave in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like. It'd be greatly appreciated. All of us take the time to come out here, and we've been playing for years. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the community. And yeah, hope to see you next time.